Lake Balkhash is one of the largest lakes in the Asia and 15th largest in the world. It is located in the east part of the Central Asia in southeastern Kazakhstan. This lake is the only one on the planet with two different water compositions. The western part of the lake is filled with fresh water, meanwhile the eastern part of the lake is filled with salty one. Unfortunately, due to the human activity, this lake is in danger right now. In the ancient times, this lake was much larger and it contained many lakes in the area, including Alakul, Sassakul, and Jalnashkul. Once it was even a large sea, stretching all the way to the Jungarian Alatau. Currently, it covers only about 16,400 square kilometers. The economical importance of the lake is determined by the fishing. Since 1930, the systematic breeding started to breed various fish species. Nowadays, academics and government advisors are extremely concerned about the ecosystems of the lake. They predict that the industrial extraction would likely emulate the environmental disaster of Aral Sea.
During the period from 1972 to 2001, the southern part of the lake lost about 150 square kilometers of water surface. Actually, there were 16 lake systems located around Balkhash, but by 2021, only 5 of them have survived. The main reason for shallowing of Balkhash is a change in the hydrological regime of the Ili River, as well as an increase in the water intake. The use of water sources of the Lake Balkhash is quite high, which exceeds the permissible ecological limits. And these factors contribute to a decrease in the volume of water in the lake in comparison with the previous level by 2 times. And the constructed Kapchaga reservoir also played a role. It took 39 cubic meters of water to fill in.
Taking into consideration the process of shallowing, we may realize that it has direct impact on soil salinity and desertification, which are shown in the pictures below. But where exactly does desertification come from? It is whenever soil salinity leads directly to degradation of land, which in turn causes sandstorms to flood the nearby regions, which has a direct impact on flora and fauna of the Jetissu region, which is also quite fertile. This in turn leads to a lot of agricultural problems that lead directly also to the loss of natural habitat for animals and plants. By looking at the diagram to the right, we may realize that the process of desertification leads directly to climate change, biodiversity loss, and increase in natural disasters. And not only that, it also makes the region of Jetissu, it also damages the ecosystem of the Jetissu region.
So essentially, the main factor affecting the ecology of the Lake Balkhash basin is the emission of Balkhash mining and metallurgical combine, and high concentration of zinc, copper, and ammonium. So in the early 1990s, the volume of emissions was 280 to 320,000 tons per year. Scientists calculated that 76 tons of copper, 68 tons of zinc, 66 tons of lead settle on the bottom of the lake. So the greatest amount of harmful substances is distributed during dust storms. So next one is about the actions that we have taken. According to Article 103 of the Water Code, all enterprises had to switch to recycled water supply with subsequent saving of fresh water. Nevertheless, the corporation Kazakhstan, which has built environmentally friendly production that allows reducing emissions of harmful waste into the lake by 80 to 90%, has not helped. However, it has not helped, and the concentration of zinc and ammonium copper remains the same.
Summarizing all the facts about Lake Balkhash, I want to tell you about impact on nation's wealth and health. The first impact is decrease in fish resources. Due to the fact of amount of water has decreased and the quality of water has become worse, the total fish catch has decreased by 78%. In 1970, the catch was 30,000 tons, and then in 2019 the catch was decreased to 6.6 thousand tons, which in turn affected to the salary of fishermen. The second impact is scarcity of water. This is due to the fact of the water deteriorating and shallowing, the residents of Balkhash may be left without water. Then another impact is health problems. Over the past 13 years, the number of the diseases has increased to 46%, including life-threatening diseases such as cancer, dehydration, and etc. This is due to the fact of volume of emissions has risen sharply. And the last impact is outflow of tourists. Because of these all problems, the number of tourists has decreased.
Can you assess the current ecological situation in Balkhash?
Yeah, in my opinion, Lake Balkhash is going through a pretty significant process of contamination due to heavy industrial areas that are situated near the lake.
These days, the ecological situation of Balkhash is getting worse. What are the main reasons of this issue?
I suppose one of the main reasons is obviously the impact of industrial centers. However, it's possible that shallowing may also have an impact on the current condition of the lake.
What is the most significant consequence of contamination?
Now it's definitely shallowing. Because of it, the soil goes through degradation and basically drains the lake of water. And this in turn may also lead to desertification.
How do ecological problems affect people and animals?
Now that you mention it, I'm also glad that I mentioned the problem of desertification. Because of expanding desert, many plants and a lot of animals are at risk of losing their natural habitat.